Okay, so let's jump right in. We are going to break down a sales process that completely flips the script on how most of us think about selling. This isn't about pressure. It's a system that's designed from the ground up to build trust and actually solve problems. It's called the integrity selling process, and it's a real game changer. So I want you to be honest for a second. When you hear the word salesperson, what's the very first word that pops into your head? For a lot of folks, it's probably not something super positive, right? Maybe it's pushy or slick or even dishonest. And you know what? That negative stereotype is exactly the problem that this whole process is designed to fix. It starts with the idea that the old way of selling is just broken. And right here, this is the solution: integrity selling. At its core, it's a massive shift in mindset. The primary goal is no longer just about the commission check, it's about genuinely serving what the customer actually needs. Every single step is built to create a real, authentic connection and to build something called buying momentum. But it does it organically, without all those high-pressure tactics we all hate.
And this chart, wow, it really lays it all out, doesn't it? Look at the difference. Traditional selling is all about pressure. Integrity selling, it's about service. The old way focuses on the product, on pushing features. But this new way, it's all about the customer's outcome. It's a complete pivot from what can I sell you to, hey, how can I actually help you?
So let's start digging into the process itself. Section 1 is all about that critical first impression. Because in this model, trust isn't something you earn at the end. It's something you build before you even say a single word about the product. We're talking about how to build rock-solid credibility in just the first 30 seconds.
The first two steps are called foundation and approach. Just think of this part as laying the groundwork, you know? It's all about establishing your own credibility as a person and making that crucial initial human connection.
Step 1, foundation. It all boils down to one simple question: why should they trust you? And notice, this has nothing to do with your product knowledge just yet. It's the absolute basics: how you look, the energy you bring, making real eye contact. And this is where that mindset shift kicks in. You start with gratitude. A simple, "Thanks for giving us a chance to help you today," completely reframes the entire interaction from the get-go. And that leads us right into step 2, the approach. Now, the key phrase here is emotional traction. I love that. The goal isn't to just launch into a sales pitch. Nope. It's to create a positive emotional connection that gets the conversation rolling in the right direction smoothly and without any friction. So how do you actually do that? Well, the tools are simple, but they are incredibly powerful. We're talking open body language, mirroring their energy, and that doesn't mean mimicking them. It just means matching their vibe, and offering a personalized greeting. So instead of that generic, "Can I help you?" you could try something like, "Hey, welcome in. Are you just kind of gathering info today, or are you zeroing in on something specific?" See how open and friendly that is? It's completely non-threatening. Okay, let's move on to section 2, and you'll see how this all starts to stack up. We've established some initial trust, and now it's time to build belief and create real value. This is where we shift from just making a connection to truly discovering their needs and then demonstrating the perfect solutions. This whole section covers the next 3 steps: interview, demonstrate, and validate. You can already see the logical flow, can't you? First, you have to understand the problem. Then you present the solution. And finally, you confirm that it's absolutely the right choice. This quote, honestly, this is the beating heart of the entire process. Prescription without diagnosis is malpractice. Just think about it. You would never want a doctor to just hand you a bottle of pills without understanding your symptoms, right? Well, the exact same principle applies here. You simply cannot help a customer until you deeply, truly understand their situation. And that diagnosis, that all happens in step 3, the interview. But look, this isn't an interrogation, it's a consultation. You're a consultant exploring their lifestyle, their finances, even the emotional triggers behind their decision. And check out that key question: what's the main thing your current vehicle isn't doing for you anymore? Wow, that one question cuts right to the core pain point that you are there to solve. All right, so once you've diagnosed the problem, it's time to demonstrate the solution in step 4. And this whole demonstration is built around the number you see here: 3. It's a seriously powerful tool called the power of 3 yeses, and it's designed to build natural agreement without ever feeling pushy. So here's the game plan. Your goal is to get them to agree on 3 key things. First, do they like the look of it? Yes. Second, do the features we talked about actually solve the problems you uncovered in the interview?
Yes. And third, how does it drive? Do they like the feel of it? Yes. A question like, could you see yourself driving this every day? Makes it personal. It makes it real for them. So after you get those 3 yeses, the customer is emotionally on board. But, making a big decision can be stressful. It can cause some anxiety. That's where step 5, validate, comes in. It's specifically designed to calm those nerves by reinforcing their choice with cold, hard logic. You're basically proving to them that they're making a really smart decision, not just an emotional one. And here's exactly how you do it. You bring out the proof. You show them the vehicle history report, the safety ratings, the warranty coverage. You're basically giving them a logical ammunition to feel really confident in their choice. And that key line kind of sums it all up. You're making a smart move. You're not just selling them something, you're validating their intelligence.
Okay, so we've built trust, we've validated the choice. Now, it's time for the part that everybody dreads, the numbers. But in Section 3, you're going to see how integrity selling totally transforms this. It's not a battle. It's a collaborative final step on the path to building a long-term relationship.
So this final section covers the last 3 steps: negotiate, close, and what I think is the most important one, the post-sale relationship. This is where the deal gets done and where you lay the foundation for all your future business.
Now for steps 6 and 7, negotiate and close, the guiding principle here is confidence that's built on a foundation of transparency. When you negotiate, you just present all the numbers clearly, and when objections come up, you handle them with curiosity, not defensiveness. Then, when it's time to close, you don't get all timid, you ask with certainty, matching your approach to that specific customer. It just feels like a natural conclusion, not like you're springing a trap. And now, we come to what might be the single most important step in this entire process. Step 8. For most salespeople, the close is the finish line. The deal is done. But in integrity selling, the sale is just the beginning of the relationship. And this isn't just some nice, fuzzy idea. It is a concrete set of actions. You physically walk your customer over to the service department and introduce them to their advisor. You celebrate the big moment with a delivery photo. You tell them exactly when and how you're going to follow up. It's these small acts that turn a one-time transaction into a loyal, long-term customer who comes back again and again. And this quote right here, this brings it all full circle. It perfectly captures the entire philosophy. You're not just a salesperson. You are delivering outcomes. You're delivering confidence. You're delivering peace of mind. You're delivering lifestyle upgrades. When you really see your role as improving someone's life, every single step of this process just becomes more natural and way more authentic. And that leaves us with this final question to really think about. Because your answer to this question defines your entire approach to your job. Is the sale the finish line, or is it the starting block? Integrity selling makes a powerful case that it's the latter, creating this amazing cycle of trust that benefits absolutely everyone involved.